What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back with another video here with the homie R.O.C. We're about to talk about Wrestlemania 41 live from Las Vegas. We got a couple of days before that, but we're going to talk about everything leading up to the event. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing good, bro.
Excited for it.
You know, it's I'm always going to be excited for Wrestlemania. It's just something about this one feels a little different. But I'm still excited nonetheless, even though there's a few things that I might have issues with. But it's been, we're wrestling fans at the end of the day. We're still going to watch no matter what. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little preview, going to talk about a couple of things, couple of talking points, and a couple of matches that we're really looking forward to. And then we'll share our show-stealing potential match that we think it might steal the show that might not be the bigger matches that y'all are probably anticipating. And then after all that is said and done, me and R.O.C, we're going to choose our top 5 matches from what, WrestleMania 21 to WrestleMania 40. So
Yes.
we're going to get into all of that and more. And let's get into our first ad. Just kidding. We ain't got no ads here. All right. Anyway,
What?
DraftKings, BetterHelp, you know. All right. So the very first thing I want to talk about, R.O.C, is the Wrestlemania build. I think there's a lot of conversations about this, whether good or bad. I do think it's worthy of a discussion because this has been a unique scenario for Triple H and WWE going into like their kind of first official WrestleMania without any Vince influence in a sense. But what do you think about this WrestleMania build so far, and your overall thoughts on it?
I can see where people would be, I guess, kind of down, maybe negative even about the build for it. But my thinking is that even with a crappy build, it's still, the show will definitely show out. The matches are all, I feel like the matches would all be pretty. I feel like the matches would be like really, really good. Let's see how I can say this.
Like they're not gonna disappoint. I guess what you're getting at. It's just
okay.
Well, what do you think of the storylines though? Do you think they've done a decent job with the storylines as far as building around, you know, we'll get into all the matches, but just in the storylines in general, do you think they've been captivating enough for a WrestleMania season?
I feel like the top matches have been. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of them that aren't really hitting like the WrestleMania 39 and 40 build were. Because I mean, those were two, even 38. Those were some of the best built WrestleManias, and it seemed like almost every match had a good story or had something going for it. Whereas a couple of these top matches, they're just, well, I want to be in this match. Well, okay, well, we'll make it a triple threat. We'll make it a fatal 5-way. We'll make it a 10-person tag team match. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's there, but it's not really there because the way that they've built it is really top heavy. For example, Cody Rhodes and Cena, like that match, to me, everybody should be excited for it. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth, yeah, it's a triple threat. You know, it's gonna be a banger, but at the same time, the whole favorite thing for Paul Heyman was just, I don't know, it's not.
Whoa. Hold on. There you go. My bad. Go ahead. Yeah, it was just buffering. My fault. You good?
Oh, you good. I feel like the CM Punk Roman Reigns Seth Rollins match is, the whole favorite thing. It doesn't really hit as It's not as relatable as Cena versus Cody.
Mm.
And so it's a really good. It's going to be a really hyped up match. I'm excited for that match,
Yeah.
but not as excited as I am for Cody and Cena or a couple of these other matches.
Yeah, I think for me, like the build, because we go way back watching WrestleMania as kids. It's just something about maybe the pushing it back to Easter kind of took away from the hype because it's been such a long time since the Elimination Chamber, and they've had to fill in so many weeks of TV and Netflix to fill in that huge gap. And then when they went to Europe, it just kind of felt like rinse and repeat in a sense. And so I don't know. It's felt like they've I mean, this is the latest WrestleMania that I've ever remember, and I could feel it. I could feel that it's a late WrestleMania. Like we should be on to Backlash right now. We should be looking forward to Backlash by now, and we still haven't even seen WrestleMania. So I think for one, our internal clocks is having to adjust to it, but also I think the writing team and WWE in general, they're having to kind of figure out how to go about it. And I think initially when Cena turned heel, there was so much energy towards it, and then it's just been like 3 promos and then like a little run-in from Cody, or a little finisher move from Cody to Cena. And I don't know, it's just I feel like it's the matches might save it, but the build has lacked quite a bit though. In comparison to the last 3 years, this build has not been on the level of the last 3 WrestleManias for sure.
And I think a part of that is because of Cena's not there all the time. Yeah, he's our top heel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if he was there full time, this program would be one of the all timers.
Yeah.
So they would probably go up there with Rock and Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a part of the problem, is that he is part time, and they haven't built any. To me, they haven't really built anybody up to be that heel that Cody Rhodes needs.
Yeah.
So with the European crowds, I actually enjoyed the European crowds because they were hyped.
Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean that was awesome to see, and the crowds were into it. I mean, it did seem like there was the 1 week where the crowd it was hyped up, and it was because nothing really happened. There was some matches, but it wasn't as exciting as when Cena or Cody were out there.
Yeah.
But for me, I've actually enjoyed. I enjoyed the European crowds. I actually liked that they went over there first, because normally they would go after WrestleMania. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's something like you said, like where they, something like where you said where the internal clock, we're conditioned to have WrestleMania early April-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're heading on to Backlash by now. But with WrestleMania being delayed and Royal Rumble being in
February,
that was weird.
Yeah, it's been an adjustment period for sure, because it's just like, and that's what I said. I don't think it's just us fans. I think also the creative team. I think they're just like, all right, a whole other 2 weeks of building. Like we'll see.
It does seem like there's a lot of stalling. We're stalling for time.
Yeah.
Until we can get to WrestleMania, and then by that point, people are already tired. I mean, you said yourself it was 7 weeks from Elimination Chamber, and I'm excited, but last year we were.
Oh man.
We were hyped to the nines,
bro. Hyped to the nines, man. The storylines were good. We went to a SmackDown and you felt it in the arena. It was different. It was definitely different. So I do hope that the show delivers. I think for it to be on Easter weekend does hurt it a bit. Yeah, because I think it's also hurting the sales too, because they haven't even sold out both nights. So maybe that's something that they have to look back and be like, you know what, we need to put it back to early April, because UFC wants to have a pay-per-view the second week of April and then throwing WrestleMania the third week of April. It's like, then you got the Masters and all this stuff. Like, nah, just put it back in early April, bro. There's no basketball playoffs either. Like, that's just the perfect place to put it in instead of on Easter. Like, it's going to be so, like, I'm going to be cracking eggs, hanging out with family, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch night 2, like, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the whole Easter thing, and then you got the whole 420.
Oh, yeah, that too.
People,
that too.
It's a really strange decision to have it on the 20th.
Yeah.
Or to have it Easter weekend. It's really, really weird. I don't think we've ever had that before. So
I remember when
it's gonna be strange, but
yeah, I remember when WrestleManias were in middle of March. Yeah. WrestleMania 14. I remember that was like middle of March, early March, and I mean, obviously back then, well, they still had 12 pay-per-views per year, but they were per month. You know what I'm saying? They didn't wait no 7-8 weeks to do it. But yeah, so but yeah, that's our discussion on the build. Hopefully they deliver, but the build, obviously, there's a lot of other people that have harsher takes, and again, I think we're just diehards, and we just want it to be a good show at the end of the day. But let's get into the matches, R.O.C, and we'll save the two best ones for last. We'll get into the other ones we're hyped about. Again, we are filming this on Monday night at 9:30 during the show, so we have no idea what happened on Raw. So whatever we say now, if something happened on Raw and we sound like we don't know what the hell we're talking about, it's because we haven't seen Raw, the go home show, which I don't know if they're actually going to give us a go home show, because they probably saving that for SmackDown.
I think Roman was supposed to be on today.
Really?
So maybe I think maybe I don't know, something happens with him, but again, so.
Yeah, so we'll catch up on this. So again, this conversation is without knowing what happened on the go home show of Raw. So let's go and start it off with Jey Uso and Gunther, bro. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. I'll just kind of set it up a bit. Obviously, Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble, chooses Gunther as his opponent. And again, because it's been such a long build, it's just been kind of like, he's been involved in against different tag teams and this and that. And it's just been kind of weird. Like, so many people interweaved in this rivalry until the last 2 weeks. But before the last 2 weeks, Jey Uso was having some rough spots where he couldn't jump over the top rope, or he slipped during a spear, and but then Gunther attacks Jimmy, busts him open, and then Jey Uso talks about that he was scared of Gunther, and then who knows what Gunther said today, because I think Gunther had a whole promo on it. But what are your overall thoughts of the build and this particular match in itself?
I think this is definitely going to be one of the ones to watch. I feel like they have done a better job in the last two, maybe this Monday, I don't know. But they have done a better job of building this match to be, a World Heavyweight Championship match. I mean, before it was just, it almost felt like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost a foregone conclusion that Jay was probably going to sneak out a win, and everybody was going to be eating all over the place and happy ending, that kind of thing. But I don't know. With this, the last couple of weeks, it really has made me want to root for Jay to actually win. Because I mean, I was already rooting for him, but I want him to win it even more. just because of like what Gunther did to Jimmy and him being right there. Now, there is one thing I just kind of, I don't know, it didn't really sit with me, but I think it was last week. Uh, he basically came out. He just like the microphone out of his hand, and then that should have been it. Like it shouldn't even been any words. He should have just like you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, like
then,
I agree. I agree. Like, all right, you beat the hell out of my twin brother, busted him open, and then I come out the next week talking about I'm scared of you, Oos, and like, bro, I'm not even saying words, bro. Like it should have just been on site from that point.
Right, exactly. Like I would have had him beat him down like right then, but not to the point where it ruins the match at Mania.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he gets up on Gunther. So that's the only thing I would change. But I mean, the last 2 weeks have been great. I do agree with you. Like it's basically on site. Like WrestleMania, you're dead. You're done.
Yeah, and I think people liked the promo last week. I think that was because Jay's been under the spotlight lately because of some of the bad botches, because of the promo skills and his movesets. Like he's been under the spotlight, and I think the last 2 weeks has done a decent job rebuilding him a bit.
I don't want to say like it was on purpose, but maybe it was on purpose. Like that kind of showed like, yeah, he was scared of him. That's why he couldn't do everything. Like I don't know. It just if it was the actual botches and they were covering it up, then they did a good job of covering up. But I don't know. It didn't make me hype for the match until Gunther bloodied Jimmy up.
Yeah, and the match needed that. The match needed something. It needed Gunther to kind of get back in the picture because it was just feeling like this was going to be one of those matches you go take a break on, So now what they did over the last 2 weeks, like you busted my brother open, like why is the crowd eating this, bro? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like I was wondering. I wasn't wondering. I was annoyed because he's over here trying to give like a heartfelt speech, and they're just like, yeet. And I'm like, dude, shut up! I'm not trying to yeet right now.
You sent my brother to the hospital. Yeet. I'm scared of you. Yeet. You're gonna kick my ass. Yeet. Like what is going on? I mean, I do think they kind of saved that match for sure. I don't necessarily know if they're gonna let him go over though. I don't know. That's still up in the air to me because I don't know if he's done enough to be like. I know he's lost to him twice on Monday Night Raw, so some will say, "Oh, we're getting a Monday Night Raw rematch," but this is WrestleMania, so hopefully it's his time.
I don't think he's beaten Gunther, but at the same time, that's probably the only reason why I think he wins because he hasn't beaten Gunther yet. So it's just like those weird WWE, kind of things. Like you've never beaten me on 5 times.
Yeah.
And then the 6th time they beat him. So it's like,
you could have done that, Mania.
But overall, I think Jay wins by maybe Gunther bloodies him up and sends him to the hospital too, and that makes it even more impactful. So that way, whenever they have their final match, wherever
Backlash, probably.
Yeah, means more.
Yeah. Jay probably does need to go over because if he doesn't go over now, he's never going to go over and never be a champion. All right, well, that's that match. Well, let's get into the next one, man. let's talk about Rhea Ripley, Bianca, and Io Sky. This build has been, it's been kind of controversial because, like, Rhea had the title, lost it on Raw, got the rematch, lost again, and then still gets thrown into this triple threat match. And Bianca has all the right to be like, what the hell? I won the Royal Rumble. I mean, I won the Elimination Chamber, and you still get put in this damn match. And then Io Sky, like the fact that they're treating her like the afterthought, when I'm pretty sure most not your generic fan is probably looking at her like just an afterthought. Like, great WWE, like a great way of selling her, right? What is your thoughts on the build of this match? And are you looking forward to it too?
I am, but I don't think that the build has been very good. I feel like it's been this match has been one of the most like thrown together matches. I do feel the same way you do. Like they're treating Io as an afterthought. Bianca has turned heel even though she didn't do anything wrong yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Rhea has been a big crybaby, and she still gets thrown in the match.
Never lost my title.
Yeah. So I don't think it's done anything for them, but the level, the athleticism and the way that these female wrestlers can actually wrestle, it's going to be a good match.
Oh yeah.
I do believe, if it's me, I'm rooting for Bianca, just for one reason.
What was that?
She's undefeated at Wrestlemania. Officially. She's undefeated, and she's basically 4-0, if I'm not mistaken. So if she wins this, she's 5-0, and that's a little bit closer to Taker's streak.
Undertaker's streak, yeah.
Honestly, that's the only reason why. Other than that, the build for this has done nothing, so I'm just not as interested. Plus, if she actually does turn official heel, not official heel right now, then this will be like, we haven't seen a heel Bianca. So what does that look like?
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think the match will be good. I think the build has not been good at all, though. When you got these three competitors, like, I mean, the fact that they couldn't come up with a better, more compelling storyline out of these three is kind of sad, actually, in totality, because they are some of the best wrestlers in the world, actually. Bianca, Io, Rhea, like, they're all great. I just think I've kind of gone stale on Rhea during the whole Liv Morgan rivalry, because like she defeated Liv and that was it for Liv, but Liv defeated her twice and she still got opportunities, and then she loses to Io twice and still gets opportunities. Like, it's Rhea has become Super Cena-esque, and or Big Dog Roman Reigns-esque, and it's not as fun versus when Rhea's just kicking ass, as opposed to losing and still getting opportunities. Like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe they should have made it a fatal four-way and thrown Liv in there as well, because Liv, even though she's not on the level as far as the athleticism of these three, she could sell a damn match, and she knows how to cut promos. And I think she could have helped a lot on this build as well. But I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to it. And as far as who I got winning, you already know who I got winning. I got Io. Now that's who I'm rooting for.
Okay. Again, that's entirely fair. I mean, I had it for my reason. You had it for yours, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I actually do think Io's probably the best wrestler in the world, female wrestler in the world. But we might have a different opinion on the next match that we run into here in a second.
Go ahead.
Where do you think Io ranks though? Where do you think she's at?
Probably 3.
Top 3? I like it. I just think she's badass, bro. She's so badass.
Yeah,
all right. Next match. This one I'm really hyped for. This is probably the match I am most hyped for, honestly, to be honest. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. If you would have told me, hey, going into WrestleMania, what would have been the most hype match you would have been, or the most hype you would have been for, this would have not been it. But over what happened over the last week, it's crazy how 1 week can change everything. I love off-script drama. I love when they get personal. That's what I love. I love when it's like toxic. And what they did last week on SmackDown or the previous week on SmackDown, I was my jaw dropped when that happened. And that definitely gave life to this damn matchup because Charlotte was just cooking Tiffy time the entire time. It was Charlotte time. Charlotte was just cooking her. And Tiffy finally stood up for herself and got some get back. How do you feel about this match, bro? On top of the build as well, like what are your thoughts on the build, and what do you think this match is gonna look like?
I agree with you in the sense that like the build for it, Charlotte was like straight up cooking Tiffany Stratton. Like it wasn't even a question. Like they had that whole side by side interview split screen thing, and it like.
Bro, I was feeling bad for Tiffany, bro. Like she just looked like a rookie. She just looked like a rookie. It was bad.
And like the whole thing in Chicago, the whole SmackDown, that segment, it made me the second most hype match for WrestleMania.
Wow!
It made it the second most hype match that I'm looking forward to. Because like you said, it was personal. It was they did like schoolyard. Your mom is fat. That's why I'm speaking with your man, kind of thing, and with drama, and who doesn't like drama? So I mean, to me, it was a mess. It was definitely.
It needed something. It needed something because everything that they were doing, it wasn't captivating me until that promo or off script promo.
And one of the things it did is that, like, before, it was almost a foregone conclusion that Charlotte was probably going to win. She just didn't have it. Tiffany Stratton just didn't have it versus Charlotte, because she is not technically a rookie, but, up there, she's not as experienced as Charlotte. But with that promo segment, it made you feel like Tiffany might just actually win this.
Yep.
And that's what you want because you don't know. You don't know who's going to win. So for me, I enjoyed it. That's why I'm hyped for it.
Yeah, and I thought Tiffany did a great job defending herself. She actually made Charlotte look like the rookie last week or the week before for the first time in this entire build-up where Tiffany's been getting cooked. Charlotte let the Chicago crowd get her out of her own element, which is surprising to me because of how long Charlotte's been in the industry, especially with her dad. Like you would have thought she would have never let booze affect her, and she did. I think Tiffany knew and found a way to do so, but some people like Steve Richards and the Bubba Ray show, I think they did not like the promo at all. And I'm just like, it's because y'all are wrestlers. Us? I loved it. Like you want to be invested into what the hell you're going to watch, and they found a way to make me invested. More than the Punk, Reigns, and Seth triple threat. Crazy enough to say that. They found a way to make me more interested in their match because it actually feels even more personal than the triple threat one. I just thought they did a great job. Let me take that back. They didn't do a great job building it, going off script added what it needed. And now it's a match that you want to look forward to and see during the match. Are they going to go off script? Are they going to have some stiff hits? Are they going to how dirty is this going to get, you know?
I mean, Charlotte to me is the best female wrestler in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's number one, like not even a question. But that's what makes me think like this match is gonna be good. This match is gonna be, really really good. Like they know how, it's how to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
For example, the match with I just watched actually the match versus Rhea at 39. Like that match started out really really slow and then build up.
Yeah.
To the point where like it was one of the most hyped matches. At the end, you were hyped just because of what you saw. So I mean, I believe that's what could happen. That's what could happen there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully, whatever they do Friday on the go home show, hopefully it adds more to it instead of takes away from what they've been building.
Right.
All right, we got 2 more matches to go. I'm gonna save the main one for the end. You already know what we finna get into. We finna get into CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns, where Paul Heyman's gonna be in CM Punk's corner. This is finna be a very interesting match, as we're all looking forward to it. And your camera went out, and I'm gonna pause until he returns. All right, we're back. So this matchup's gonna be big time. CM Punk finally gets the main event, a WrestleMania. People are gonna say, "Oh, it's only night 1." Mother effer, it is a main event. It's a main event. It counts. I don't care what people say. Paul Heyman always said that he was gonna be by CM Punk's side whenever he does main event, and I think that storyline was cool. We could get into the favor and stuff like that, but the build has been a little bit odd. How we got here has been a little bit odd, but we're here and they're trying to flesh out this story. And if I were to rank it out of 10 on how they fleshed the story out, I'm gonna give it like a 6.5, Roman. What would you give this story build out of 10?
7.
Okay.
6.5, 7. Same. It hasn't been as exciting as Cena Cody or even Gunther Jay. To me, you got the three of the biggest superstars in the WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
Punk, major star.
Yep.
Reigns, major star, champion for 4 years, if I remember correctly. He was, Seth Rollins. I can't do a laugh, but they have 3 of the biggest stars in the story. The build-up for this match has been kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You have 3 of the biggest stars, and how is your story build-up just kind of mad?
Right.
Like this should be the most hyped up match, or the second most hyped up match, and it's not. Like I'm excited for it, but I'm just not hyped for it. I feel like the whole, like it's been a good story. It's been a good long story, with the whole favor and Survivor Series and also all of that stuff. But the whole Seth needing a favor now and Roman, it's becoming a lot. I just want to see them wrestle and fight. So that's just me.
Yeah, I wish there could have been like some kind of stipulation into this triple threat match. I don't know, Hell in a Cell or something. I don't know.
I think that's one of the other things that doesn't really make me hyped for it, or not as hyped for it. There's no there's no incentive. There's no title on the line.
Yeah.
it's only really the main event because
Oh, the
CM
names.
Punk and Roman Reigns and you know Rollins are in it. So if it wasn't for that, this
Yeah.
probably would be in the middle of night 2.
This will be an opening match for sure. Like we have one either night. It's just like even Roman Reigns doesn't feel right now. Roman Reigns doesn't come off as like the tribal chief when he was the champion. Like there's something kind of off about him in a sense. It's just like I'm too good for this. Where when he was a tribal chief, he was just he didn't have many. Yeah, it was different. This is like, well, you need your belt, but like you're a little too cocky, and I don't know if that's working for the OTC. But I'm happy for Punk. I wish it was in there a better scenario. But it going back to the Shield days and how they were supposed to protect him and how you got to make Roman look strong. So like their story goes a long way. It's just how they got here wasn't the best. And I know they did it from the Royal Rumble, and I know Roman Reigns interfered in their cage match, but maybe they should have put this in a cage as well, or into some kind of Hell in a Cell, something like give it a different vibe. It's going to be a regular match on the main event, a triple threat match, and I don't know. I know Paul Heyman's going to be very heavily involved into the outcome. I don't know what to expect. Maybe Paul Heyman goes with Seth Rollins at the end of the night. Who knows? But they're just, like you said, there's really no incentive. There's no payoff for anybody other than CM Punk finally getting his main event. And that's why this match on paper ranks highly. But personally, I'm sad that it's not going to be the match I look forward to the most, even though it has one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So it's tough. All right, man, let's go and let's get to the main event, the big one, or we'll see how people feel about it. But this is the one they're all talking about: John Cena, heel Cena versus Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Big time match here, man. 25 years in the making or something like that? With 20 years in the making, 19 years in the making. Yeah, with Cena finally turning heel, and I'll start off. I think Cena's heel turn has been quite underwhelming in a sense, because he gave us 2 promos and then he had a promo with Cody, and I'm not sure if I fully buy the heel Cena. And he said he's not a heel. He said he's not a face. He said he's a human being. So, I'm gonna answer my own question. I don't think I'm wrong for feeling that he's not a heel, because he's not coming off heelish. He hasn't done heelish things since Elimination Chamber. Like, I wish he would have kept adding on to his heel tactics by attacking Cody backstage, or just doing things that just continuously destroying Cody leading up to this WrestleMania build, so you can make Cody feel like, all right, he's just been getting his ass kicked this whole time. Is he going to overcome it come WrestleMania? The promos are one thing. I love the first promo. I thought that was a cool introduction. And then when Cody said, hey, if I hope the real John Cena shows up at WrestleMania and not this whiny bitch, I thought that was a perfect opportunity for Cena to finally switch it up, right? Like, go all black attire, whatever the case would be. And he kept giving us his normal attire. And people say, well, it's because he's not going to give you what you want, and that's going to make you hate him more. No, I just think it's lazy booking. Like, and that's just me. I am looking forward to the match regardless. I just wish we had more of a sinister, darker, slightly adjusted Cena gimmick to be a little more heelish versus what we've been getting. And then Cody Rhodes hit him with a crossroad in that third promo. But where you want to start us off, bro? You want to start with the promos, or what you want to talk about in this match leading up to it?
To me, the promos were great. I think they did everything that they were intended to do. They were giving you a mission statement. They were telling you what uh, John Cena wants. Uh, he wants to beat Ric Flair's title. He wants number 17. He wants to be Cody Rhodes because he used to go back way back in the day, uh, what was it, riding towns and uh,
The
driving
chauffeur.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, chauffeur with Cena. And he basically, in his first promo, he's basically broke up with the fans. I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah.
All of them did what they were intended to do. It's not, I don't, I kind of agree with you. I agree with you, but I don't because I don't think Cena turned heel.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. I don't think he did either.
But I think for different reasons. I don't think he turned heel because he's always been a heel. Like he's always done he's always done these bad things. I mean, he got engaged at WrestleMania and broke it off what half a year later. You know, all the stories about him, burying people, like the Nexus and that whole thing at SummerSlam all those years back. The whole trying to be nice, but it's that fake niceness. Like I said, I don't think he ever turned heel. He's a human being. That's why he never. That's why he always stick to what he knew, which was the hustle, loyalty, respecting, but at the same time, it's weird because he's always been doing that. And he hasn't changed since he turned heel, since Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm just kind of like I'm wondering is why did he sell his soul to the Rock?
Right.
That to me is the only thing that's not answered yet. But I mean, will it be answered at Mania? Will it be answered at Backlash?
Do you think we're gonna get like some weird double turn at Mania where Cody actually sells his soul and
Cena is the good guy?
Yeah, and Cody turns heel at WrestleMania and sides with The Rock actually, and I just feel like because it's The Rock, you know what I'm saying? This is not Vince. This is Triple H and The Rock's doing on this match in particular. And I just know that there's something else up The Rock's sleeve. I don't know what the hell Travis Scott is involved for. Like, we still don't have a lot of answers for any of this stuff. And we're going on almost 2 months. And this match, I think this match is just going to be a one-on-one singles match, right? They haven't announced no disqualifications. They haven't given any kind of stipulation. It's just going to be a one-on-one. I just feel like something is missing. There's a big piece to this puzzle missing, and we're probably going to get it on WrestleMania. But I just have no idea what they're going to go and do with it.
And I know what it is. I know exactly what it is.
What is it?
It's Jay.
Who?
Uso. Think about it. I mean, we've all watched wrestling long enough. Like, things don't just happen for a reason. Things always happen for a reason. Things don't just. It's not a coincidence that Jay on the Netflix premiere, Jay Uso came out with Travis Scott. And they were smoking weed in the crowd and all that good stuff. Who did Cena lose to at the Royal Rumble?
Jey Uso.
Was tag team partners with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be such a weird main event.
I think we're heading towards like one of those unpredictable things. Like people think they might know. Like, yeah, the rumor is Stone Cold, and that would get a pop. That would
Yeah.
be cool. I just want to know how it all fits.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. Like that's what intrigues me about wrestling is like how do these things fit? And like how does this storyline mesh with this storyline, mesh with this storyline? Uh, it's going to be interesting. So, like the main event isn't just going to be, to me, it's not going to be a one-on-one Cody wins, Cena wins kind of thing. I have a really bad feeling like it's going to end up with like multiple people interfering just to try to
cost Cody or save Cody. Or,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just I don't see it being just a pinfall. I don't see it ending that way. The Rock is going to be involved. Travis Scott is going to have to be involved. I mean, you smacked the hell out of Cody and messed up his face. Whether Stone Cold is involved or not, here's my fantasy booking of this all. That The Rock and Travis come out and they're costing Cody. And again, this is just fantasy booking. They're costing Cody. And because we didn't get it last year, hopefully we get it this year. Stone Cold comes out for the save, but it's not a full save. He comes out there, does a partial save. And then instead of, helping Cody win, Stone Cold is able to kind of fend off The Rock and Travis. And I guess Cody is distracted. I don't know how. And Cena still wins. It's kind of like that Star Wars Darth Vader kind of deal where even though you almost won, you still lost. Kind of like the Infinity War, you still lost. Even though you tried everything you could try, you still lost. Thor went crazy, you still lost. Because it would be cool to see Cena finally break the record. But I just wanted to be done in like some grand fashion where you involve some big names if you're going to involve Rock and Travis. Hell, Stone Cold's down the street. Get him involved. You didn't get that pop last year, which you should have. And I don't know, maybe bring Stone Cold out there, make everybody think that Cody's going to win, and then he still loses, and that's going to be even better for Cena.
And that's where I think Jay comes in. Jay comes in after the whole Stone Cold partial save, and I believe that he cost Cody Rhodes the title.
Jay going heel after he wins the title. Or he probably has to lose to then turn heel. Because you can't win and then turn heel on the same night. Like, that would be bad. But then it'll make sense because then he's going to be this big heel that costs Cody, and then now it'll turn Gunther face. I don't know. It's a lot.
I mean, he's always been Roman's right-hand man. He's always been main event. Jey Uso was not actually a main event. But
opener Jey Uso. It's just me, Uso. Open the event. It's just me, Uso. I truly, I do not know what the hell this main event is going to be like. I don't know what to expect. No, I don't think anyone does. It's not going to be your pinfall. It's not going to be a one-on-one match. It's not going to be clean. It's not going to be just a pinfall. It's not. There's no way. You can't. You can't. That is not with everything they built up. You cannot just have this be a pinfall. There's no way. All right, man. Let's get into any last comments on this match before we move forward.
Yeah, I think they broke the streak of good WrestleMania songs.
You don't like the Fiend? Fiend.
I mean, last year was what a weekend.
Oh yeah. Anytime the weekend is on a WrestleMania, it's gonna be a good WrestleMania.
But I think they broke the streak, man. They were doing good. Just know how I feel about this song. But
yeah, they should have got Bad Bunny or something. Should have picked one of his songs.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a real quick segment here with the show stealing match of the night. For you, R.O.C, which match you think may steal the entire show of WrestleMania?
I don't know about you. This one's a really easy one to me. It's Rey Mysterio versus El Gran Americano.
Wow. Okay.
To me, it steals the show.
Okay.
I was watching Raw earlier, and the Grand Americano is just over. I mean, he's a heel, but he's over. So I mean, to me, that makes me want to watch him get his butt whooped even more, especially since it's Rey Mysterio's, Rey Mysterio. He's he's a Latin god of wrestling.
Yeah, the GOAT.
I mean, to me, he's the GOAT of Mexican lucha libre. So
yeah,
that to me is a sleeper match.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun match. Damn, what's gonna be my sleeper stealing match? Damn. Now I'm thinking back on the match I actually think might be good. But now I'm gonna stick to it. I think AJ Styles and Logan Paul, as much as I hate Logan Paul, I think that match has the ability to steal the show. Again, AJ Styles, do I have to say much about his capabilities? No. Logan Paul being a freaking athletic freak and picking up the sport of wrestling so fast, as fast as he has. I think they have the chance to definitely steal the show and have probably one of the best matches or the best match of the entire event. The other match I was thinking that might be pretty good, the Intercontinental match. I think that one might be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Dominic, Braun Breaker, Penta, and Finn. Yeah. I think that one might have a shot. That's the sleeper.
That was gonna be my second sleeper match, just because of the athletic people in it. I mean, you got the heel, of course, of
Dominic.
Finn Balor's still pretty athletic. Braun Breaker is a
freak.
Freak. Yeah, he's a freak. And Penta is just, Penta's, to me, one of the funniest underrated people in WWE.
Yeah. And he has a cool entrance, the way he does his little walk. Like, I love it. Shadow. All right, so those are our sleeper picks, man. Now we're going to end the show with a different segment. We're going to pick our top 5 WrestleMania matches from WrestleMania 21 to WrestleMania 40. How do you want to do this? Do you want to go like we'll share our number 5s and our number 4s, number 3s, number 2s, number 1s? All right. Let me just quickly.
Are we doing best?
Huh?
Are we doing best or worst?
Best. Like from 5 being 5th best and then up.
Yeah.
Let me number what I think is what. This was definitely 1. Damn. Ooh. No, this is tough. I gotta put this 3.
I had a number 5 dilemma where I just could not pick between about 2 or 3 matches, which match was number 5.
Yeah, I have an honorable mention one. Can I do the honorable mention one first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Do you got an honorable mention? Probably not, because I didn't tell you about it. My honorable mention match, as much as I would have loved to put this top 5, I'm going to put it as honorable mention. Stone Cold and KO finishing night 1 of the Dallas WrestleMania. Okay. Yeah, that one's... that one just means something personal to me. I've never gotten to see Stone Cold actually wrestle before. And so that was the first time I ever got to see him wrestle. And the fact that it happened in Dallas, in AT&T Stadium, the fact that Stone Cold took a bump on concrete, like, what the hell? I thought it was a great match. Come to find out, Stone Cold did not prep for that match at all. They didn't send him a ring. They did nothing. And he went out there on a whim and gave us that match. I thought that was freaking incredible. Considering everything, but I loved it. I thought that was a great match, and being there live goosebumps. I was like The Rock, you know. But yeah, that's my honorable mention before we get into our top fives.
If I give an honorable mention, I would say the triple threat women's match at Mania 32.
Oh, I remember that.
Becky versus Sasha versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
That match basically saved that. It didn't save it. It was one of the only redeeming good things about WrestleMania 32. Because we did get a stinker.
Yeah, it was spot heavy. It was a spot heavy WrestleMania where The Rock, Cena, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and then you had that triple threat match, and that's about all I remember. That's about all I remember from that night. All right, let's start off with our number fives. You go first, man. What's your number five?
Okay, for my top five, my number five would be Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania 30.
I love it. That was a good match.
That match is sports entertainment. Without a doubt, to me, that match showed everything that you needed or everything you wanted in a match. You had comedy, you had spots, you had psychology, and to do it with a freaking celebrity, Sami Zayn pulled that off magnificently. And to me, I will always go back and watch that match because to me, that is the best match that I've seen Sami Zayn have.
Damn. Wow. Yeah. I thought that was a great match watching it live as well. I think you know what I do think is sad that Sami Zayn is not on this current WrestleMania card, nor is Alexa Bliss. Why isn't Alexa Bliss in this damn WrestleMania? But anyway, those are some of the things I should have said when we were talking about WrestleMania. Like Sami Zayn's not in this, Alexa Bliss, and then you got freaking Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for what are they wrestling for? Just because I don't know. It's just I think they fumbled part of this WrestleMania. Anyway, my number five is when Seth cashed in on the Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar main event. The match, WrestleMania 31. I actually enjoyed the match. I thought it was hard hitting, blood, and then Seth comes out and just completely changed that event, and that was probably the best main event match that Roman and Brock had, because the one in Dallas was all right, the one in New Orleans was trash. I don't even know what other one they main evented, but the one in San Francisco, I thought that was the best one they had, and Seth cashing in was pretty freaking awesome, and I put that as my number five.
Okay, I respect that. That is probably in my top 10.
Yeah,
just because of, like you said, it was hard hitting. Going in, nobody. It was one of those things where people knew that Brock Lesnar might not re-sign, and Roman was more than likely gonna win and being forced down our throats, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
everybody was prepared to boo both wrestlers, and the fact that early on Brock hits, I think it's one or two F5s, and Roman Reigns just
yeah.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, he was just smiling at him towards the end of that match.
He took off his gloves and he just
just smacked him.
Yeah, it was a good match. I really do think that's top 10.
Yeah,
of mine. All right,
let's get into your number four.
All right, for number four, I have Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27.
That's such a good one. That is such a good one. I don't even have it in my top five. Can you believe that?
That match, to me, was the closest that we've had Undertaker losing. Like, the fact that Undertaker didn't even make it off of his feet before WrestleMania 30, of course. That was the closest match that we've had to see Undertaker possibly lose the streak.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was seconds, like one bad move and it was done. Like he loved into that
Yeah.
victory. And to
That,
me, it was the best match on the card. Like,
oh, for sure. Not even a question. No.
We watched it, and that card, yeah.
Yeah.
That's both of them.
Yeah, that sweet chant music into a pedigree, and he still kicked out, bro. We're all there watching it live, and we lost our minds.
You're thinking 28.
No, the Hell in a Cell. Oh, you're talking about the previous year.
The previous one, yes.
Oh crap! Wow. Better.
That one was better. Yep. Go back and watch it.
All right, I'll go back and watch it. I'll go back and check it out. Damn, I feel bad. No, I like my number 4 pick. My number 4 is Bianca versus Sasha Banks. I forgot what WrestleMania was. I think it was in Tampa. What a match that was. I loved it. It was so damn good. Both of them were crying at the end of the damn match. And I think that was it was the first time two female African American wrestlers like closed the show, I think, right? So I thought that was beautiful at the time. The fact that both of them got to close the show, but the match lived up to every bit of the freaking hype. And then the big spot where Bianca got her hair and whipped it across Sasha Banks' abdomen. Bro, you heard that. I heard that from Tampa all the way over here in Dallas.
That was...
You saw that big old welt? Like, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that match. I'll go back and watch that one whenever I have some time. But I love that match to death. Let's get into your third one.
All right, for number 3, I have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40.
Oh,
19. To me, that was like the finale, or possibly the start of like a new era for WWE. That
the
match,
Triple H era.
Right. It had everything in it. It had good wrestling in the beginning. It had the psychology at the end with Roman Reigns using the chair on Seth Rollins instead of Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also had the fan favorite spots, the Cena running, the Rock running, everything that happened with that. Like the last 5 minutes of that match. So to me, that is one of the best matches ever.
Wow. And you got that at number 3. That's crazy. No, I agree. I thought it was a great match. It was like, well, damn, I forgot the second Marvel movie after Infinity War. Endgame. It felt like Endgame for wrestling. And I just wish that one spot was Stone Cold and not Undertaker's. I love Undertaker, but that spot screamed Stone Cold. It screamed it. But no, it was a great ending, and finally Cody finished his story. And that was a 2-3 year story. No, actually longer than that, but in WWE, that was a 2-3 year story built up. It was great. It was great. For me, number 3, Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement at WrestleMania 30. That triple threat match between him, Batista, and Randy Orton, where he got Batista bomb and RKO'd, and Randy Orton landed on a monitor. I was like, my back was hurting for Randy. And then getting Batista to tap out, man. And then the fact that he beat Triple H to open the match. Daniel Bryan had to play double duty, and he had all of New Orleans going crazy. And I thought that WrestleMania in general was a special one. I do think that's where Undertaker lost his streak. I do think that's where Cena and Bray Wyatt faced off, I believe. And then the Shield had like this quick match, unfortunately, but they were there. Yeah. This is before Roman became the guy. But Daniel Bryan, man, he was just a fan favorite. That Yes movement, seeing the entire arena hitting the Yes with all the confetti falling and everything. It was just that was one of the times where it's a great end to a WrestleMania, kind of like Cody and was in WrestleMania 40. Daniel Bryan getting that ending in WrestleMania 30 was just peak. And then unfortunately, he got hurt after the next pay-per-view and his run was ended. I was like, damn, man. That was tough. So let's go to your number 2, bro. Let's go to your number 2.
All right. My number 2 is from WrestleMania 21. It is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels.
I was so close to putting it on my top 5.
Perfect. That match is perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. And
Yeah.
everything about it is just Shawn Michaels in the beginning, chain wrestling with Kurt Angle. Shawn Michaels was supposed to be a brawler. Just came back, I think, 2 years ago? Something like that, from neck injury or something like that. And having to me, the best match at that show. And the way that everything was done. Was it a moonsault off the was it a moonsault or was it a?
I think it was off the
turnbuckle, right?
off the ropes to the tables, I believe. Or was that against Cena?
Yeah. Maybe it was against Cena. Anyway, that to me, that Kurt Angle is my top 2 favorite wrestlers of mine, and this was his best match ever.
Yeah, that was. I agree. That was a great match. I was so close to putting in my top 5, but I was like, I felt you were gonna get a Kurt Angle match in there. I was like, let me leave it alone. but I love that match as well. For me, my number 2 was Cody and Reigns, WrestleMania 40. That ending was completely different. And then to get the call from Samantha Irvin at the end was just added more to it, even though she left.
Nah, she didn't. It was a great call.
Yeah, it was a great call. Unfortunately, she don't want to be an announcer with her fine ass, but neither here nor there. Let's get into number 1, bro. Let's get into your number. I think we're gonna have the same number 1, but go ahead.
I don't think we are.
All right, let's see.
I don't think we are. Okay, my number 1, top 5, top Mania match: Edge versus Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22.
Oh my God. I had that close too, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I had that close. Not the number 1, but I had it close in my top 5. That's funny. All right. Why number 1?
Okay. It was the last of the really hardcore matches. I think one of the last hardcore matches in WWE. The fact that they did that at WrestleMania, flaming table, thumbtacks, spiked baseball bat. Everything about it, perfect.
Yeah.
And Edge is one of my favorite wrestlers, and to see him go over and even though he wasn't fighting for the title, to me, that put him as that showed that he could make a event.
Yeah.
That put him over. That made Edge the single star.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that match was Mick Foley, bro. Like he put his body through so much stuff, and to continue to do what he did at that WrestleMania when he did not need to go that far. And then Edge being able to solidify himself out. Yeah, that one's definitely up there for sure.
Mick Foley finally got his WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
And it's like at the end of his career, with nothing on the line except for pride, and he goes out and gets thumbtacks and thrown into a flaming table.
Yeah.
That's insane. That to me, that's
all right. For me, my number 1, and that's crazy. That's great. That was a good number 1. My number 1 is Shawn Michaels and Taker in Houston, Texas, WrestleMania 25. I know it was one out of the first 2. I know people argue the Phoenix one was better. I always thought the first one was so dramatic and just perfect. Other than the semi botch where Taker fell onto the cameraman, nothing else about that match was bad. That was as perfect as it got, man. And there was no way Randy and Triple H could follow that match. There's just no way. There's nothing they could have done.
That's the moment where Shawn Michaels kicked out of the tombstone, and he has the face of, oh my God.
I just had an outer body experience.
Exactly.
Oh, and JR on the call too. JR added so much to that match. He added so much to that match. And and that one, the first one was when Shawn came from the heavens and Undertaker came from the depths. Yeah, that the symbolism in that match, Shawn wearing white, Undertaker in black, it being in Houston, Texas, the second WrestleMania they ever had. And the crowd, bro, the crowd was just on every single move, every single pin. Cause you know how you get false finishes a lot these days. False finishes back then with those two was a whole different level. Yeah, definitely did. And to me, that one was my favorite match of the last 19 WrestleManias for sure.
I mean, that's easily top 10. Because while I enjoyed the match, I enjoy these other matches for different reasons.
Yeah.
Just because, like, some of my favorite wrestlers are involved, or because I felt different. I felt like the story was much better going in, and then there was a 5-star classic. So to me, that's why my 5 matches.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then that's what we kind of hope for this coming WrestleMania. Hopefully, even though the builds have been a little bit lackluster, hopefully they give us something to be like, you know what? Sometimes you don't need a good build. As long as you could tell a story on the night of the big night that is WrestleMania. So hopefully that's what we get this upcoming WrestleMania. Any final words before we head out, bro?
What's your worst match at WrestleMania?
Worst WrestleMania of the last 20 years. Damn, which one did I not like at all? Damn, that's a tough one. You gotta give me a second. I have to think of that one. Of the last 20 years.
Yep.
Wasn't Shawn involved in this? I don't think was it at WrestleMania where it was. No, that was a different pay-per-view. Where he was, he had to wrestle Vince McMahon and he tied him to the ladder and wrestling him and Jesus or something like that.
Oh no, that was Backlash.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that was. I was like that. The fact that they put Shawn Michaels through that, knowing his religious background, like Vince, you're a sicko for that, bro. Damn, bro, it's tough. Honestly, probably the match I disliked the most was the WrestleMania 32 New Day versus whatever that juggernaut team was before Stone Cold came out and saved the day. What the Four Nations? Yeah.
Yeah, the Nations.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated everything about that WrestleMania. I hated. I didn't even watch the Roman Reigns Triple H main event, so I don't even know enough to hate it. But I definitely hated that damn tag team match. It just felt stupid. 4 versus 3, like, what is this? It was horrible.
Yeah, I actually have that match in my top. It's in my bottom 5 of my top worst.
Really? Look at that. Yeah. It sucked.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you 2 matches.
Okay.
That are considered the worst. Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler at WrestleMania 27.
Okay.
I like that. Stone Cold as the special guest, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that match is incredibly hard to watch. Flow, for some reason, is 20 something minutes.
Horrible on a
20
one
minutes
night event.
on a one night WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's horrible.
This match was one of I think it was either the longest or the second longest match at WrestleMania 27.
Hell no. Yeah. WrestleMania 27 is not as popular with a lot of people, but they had a good match. They had a couple good matches on it, but that one, that was horrible. You know what got me thinking?
What?
You know how The Rock interfered in Cena and Miz's match that night? Fast forward. After, Cena and Rock had 2 main events, fast forward to now. The Rock is about to interfere in another Cena match at WrestleMania. Huh. Funny how that works.
Yep.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you one more.
Go ahead.
How terrible it was. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 33.
Yes. That was. I hated that one.
Why did you hate it?
Because that was the one with the projector showing all the stupid things in the ring. That's so stupid, bro. And I know Bray Wyatt's a brilliant mind, but damn, that sucks so bad. It was like we're watching a wrestling match and watching the ring. 7 days. It's like we're watching two things at once. I don't know what we're watching.
To me, Daddy's the worst match in WrestleMania. I have it as number one, just because of like the build for it was really dumb. On top of that, the match itself was, I think it was less than 10 minutes. I'd say it was less than 10 minutes, but it felt like it was 20.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
Whenever, like you said about the projections coming down and the bugs and stuff like that in the ring, Randy was down, so he couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah, like what was the whole point of it?
If it was a distraction for Bray Wyatt because he was getting beat up.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting beat up. He was winning.
Yeah.
So why did they do the protection? They did it twice. It's like it was supposed to be scary or like it was actual bugs.
Right. And didn't Alexa get involved in this at the end? Or is this something?
No, I think you're thinking of 37.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just because he faced Randy again at WrestleMania, if I'm correct. Yeah, I think he did.
That match is also my top 10 worst.
Yeah, I agree.
Worst WrestleMania because it was the whole not blood. It was like black.
Yeah.
Ink or something coming down on Alexa.
Yeah.
And then Bray Wyatt just RKO. It's like that was it.
And I think he lost both matches too. No, like
he did.
That's crazy. He lost to Undertaker, lost to Cena. Like
I don't think he won at WrestleMania. Yeah,
that sucks. He never had a moment.
I mean, if you want to count the Cena match, the Firefly Funhouse match, that to me was an actual match.
I was about to put that on the worst match of all time list too. Yeah, I don't like it. It wasn't a match. Like at least AJ and Undertaker was a match in a barn. That one was just like a music video to me, you know?
Yeah.
Like I love Bray Wyatt to death, but damn, the fact that you could put 3 of his WrestleMania matches as the worst was that's tough. That's tough. And that's just being unbiased, ladies and gentlemen. That's just being unbiased.
I love Bray Wyatt.
Same.
I thought that his matches at Mania just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, the first match he definitely should have won versus Cena.
Definitely should have won.
Without a push. And that's probably why we got Cena. Now.
Yeah, because he buried mediocrity, as he said, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, those are 2 of the matches I have in my top 5.
Those are good picks. if we were to do like a full all WrestleManias, I would have an Undertaker match in there.
I'm pretty sure.
I would have two of them actually.
I would give you one. It's like from an older WrestleMania. I'd probably say something from 9 or 11. Those were pretty bad.
Yeah, the Undertaker versus the Giant Gonzalez, I guess that's what they called him. That match was bad. Yeah. And then the Undertaker versus Psycho Sid, WrestleMania 13, that was garbage. Horrible match, and people say otherwise. But the fact that Stone Cold and Brett closed before that match, like tough. That was tough. Yeah, I got WrestleMania 16 or WrestleMania 2000. Oh, what a horrible main event that was. That sucked. Big Show, Mankind, The Rock, Triple H. It should have been way better than it was. As a matter of fact, the ending that they got the following month in Backlash 2000 should have been the ending they got WrestleMania.
It was The Rock versus Triple H, right?
Yeah.
For the title?
Yeah. So Stone Cold came out here, but it was like that should have been the ending to WrestleMania 2000 instead of Backlash. Like, blows my mind. Like, why not give The Rock that moment at WrestleMania 2000? But I don't know. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. For those that are watching, hopefully y'all enjoyed that real in-depth look at this upcoming WrestleMania. I know we didn't touch on all the matches, but hopefully y'all kind of got a vibe from how we feel about this upcoming WrestleMania. Hopefully y'all are still excited about this Mania and y'all are still able to watch it. I know it's going to be a super busy weekend for a lot of people, and hopefully WWE kind of learns not to put the WrestleMania this late into the year, because, you know, regardless of what you believe in or not, when your family wants to celebrate, you go celebrate, and kind of takes precedence over a WrestleMania, unfortunately. So WWE's got to definitely consider that moving forward. But and that, bro, appreciate you hopping on, dogs. It's a good show here, and for everybody watching, if y'all mind dropping a like, consider subscribing, and consider becoming a member. And that's been your boy TGK here with the homie R.O.C, and we're gonna catch y'all on the next one. We out.